Madam, good evening. Yeah, sir and madam both are ready. I think we should start the session. I understand today is the public holiday, but what we are doing is along with this online platform, we are live streaming so that students can go back and view this anytime. So when they wish. So I request both of you to take it into consideration while giving your insights and thoughts on this very important topic, right? A panel discussion on the digital pathways to social justice, realizing Dr. Ambedkar's vision through interdisciplinary thought. Actually, we are doing that. Maybe we will wait for 2-3 minutes and we will start the show.
Sure, no issues.
Thank you. Thank you. చూడండి ఒకసారి. ఎస్, టెస్టింగ్. ఇప్పుడు నా వాయిస్ వినబడుతుందా మీకు కంప్యూటర్లో? రైట్, మీద అలా పెడతా ఉండండి ఒక్క నిమిషం. has a technical glitch and he said in 10 minutes he will join. Sasmi Naik ma'am, are you available out there so that we can start our discussion?
We can start.
Yeah, can you please on your video once please for us, madam, so that we are giving live stream also.
Can you just check again?
I could not see your face. Can you see me?
I'm able to see you.
Right. Yeah, now I could see. Now I could see you, madam. Yeah, thank you so much, students. I understand this is a holiday time, but still you're so good. You joined to this discussion. I'm pretty sure most of your friends will again view this discussion, which is of very much interesting topic, exploring how digital technologies can address systematic inequalities through Ambedkarite principles. You all know about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So we will start our discussion with few opening questions. I request Sasmi Naik, madam, let me introduce her first. And she is a brilliant professor and has a lot of projects, and she is a real social worker. She works as a Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Chair Professor at Bhubaneswar for NISWAS, the National Institute for Social Work. And thank you so much, madam, for giving your consent. I understand though it's a holiday time and the evening is paid for us.
I just switched machines, so I hope it's fine now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
My camera. Just a minute. So sorry about this.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you're perfect now. Now the frame is very good.
Thank you.
Madam, Dr. Ambedkar emphasized equality, liberty, and fraternity as the pillars of social justice. You are a teacher of social work and you have done a lot of work in social justice. Could you please explore in today's digital age, how can technology become a tool to uphold these values? What are the values that Ambedkar spoke for as the pillars of social justice, like equality, liberty, and fraternity? You know, we are in the digital age. What are your thoughts that technology can become a tool to uphold these values? Can you please explore on that?
Well, first, let me thank you for this opportunity to, speak to your students. So I thank both Professor James and Professor Ashok for taking this innovative step of connecting online and connecting with so many students online. Well, let me just begin with the basic constitutional values that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar put in the Constitution and all Indian citizens accepted, and which is encapsulated so well in the preamble to the Constitution. That we, the people of India, not just one person, not just Dr. Ambedkar, but we, the people of India, have decided to have justice, social, economic, and political. And it is, let me just, for the sake of the students, again define what do we mean by political justice, economic justice, and social justice. In very simple terms, political justice means one man, one vote. That is, all of us are equal. We all have one vote, and all of us equally elect our leaders to govern us. So that is what political equality is, that we are all reduced to one vote. And Dr. Ambedkar said when he introduced the Constitution in the Constituent Assembly. He said, I'm scared of one thing, that is, in this Constitution, we have assured political equality, that is one man, one vote, but we have not able to assure one man, one value. And this one man, one value is what social justice is all about. That every person, be he of any gender, any caste, any religion, has the same status, social status, and has the same social dignity. So it boils down to one thing. Social justice is all about assuring social dignity to each individual. So let us remember justice as a concept at the societal level and also justice as a concept at the individual level. At the individual level, social justice means a right to dignity, dignity of the individual. So that is about justice. And for justice to be realized, you need liberty, equality, and fraternity. Now, when we come to liberty, very clearly the preamble again says liberty of thought, expression, faith, belief, and worship. What does it mean to technology? It means freedom of expression. It means freedom to information. And it also means freedom to interaction. So not only do we, the digital platform gives us the freedom to interact, and it gives equal freedom to all to interact. So you can say that digital technology can be the great equalizer, and it not only can assure you your freedom, it can also assure you your justice. Now coming to fraternity. Fraternity is that which upholds the dignity of the individual. You cannot say that I respect myself. Your brother has to respect you. So fraternity, which in other words means brotherhood or sisterhood, is not only equality in all things political or even income equality, but it means equal as brothers and sisters. No one is higher, no one is lower. So fraternity assures dignity. And it also says fraternity assuring the dignity of the individual. That's what the preamble says. And this fraternity is what will bring social justice. So when we are talking about digital technology, we should also be looking at the participants of the digital technology in terms of not only equality, but also equality of interaction. There should be enough space to interact for all individuals. These are my opening words.
Yeah, thank you so much, madam. Very interesting thoughts you have given us to all our students who are present on this evening through this channel. In fact, even the digital technology could able to help to take your thoughts also. So it's actually a good medium, good platform. Let me ask you, what are the systematic inequalities in contemporary India? And that's my first point. And how you could believe that digital intervention can effectively address those contemporary inequalities.
Okay. So in India, we have the caste system. And yes. The best description of the caste system was again given by Dr. Ambedkar when he said that the caste system is a ascending hierarchy of reverence and a descending hierarchy of contempt. Okay. So I like this because it is again talking about dignity, and it is again talking about social justice. So this definition of the caste system, that is an ascending hierarchy of reverence and a descending hierarchy of contempt, somehow gets to morph onto every neutral institution that the state creates. So be it the judiciary, be it the executive, be it the legislature, be it other institutions like your education system, this caste system is able to morph onto each of these systems and create a hierarchy within it. So even though you may be having the position, you may be
Yes.
vice chancellor, or you may be registrar, or you may be even the chief justice of India, or you may even be the vice president of India, but you will be called the first Dalit vice president, you will be called the first Dalit president, you will be called the first Dalit vice chancellor. So the caste system somehow seems to morph onto all these neutral systems and create a hierarchy within it. So this is what is called systemic, should I say, the word that you said, systemic inequality. Within
Yeah.
systems, it is created. Now, the best thing about the digital technology is that it is not expressing, or it is not even inquiring about your caste background or any other background for that matter, until and unless you choose to express it.
Correct.
So again, in this term, the digital technology can hide your background. It can also, hide your identity if want, and it will not allow this hierarchy to be reinforced. So it also gives you access to information as much as any other person of any other background. So this is, of course, there are issues of access, of open access and all that, but that is another debate altogether.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's very interesting, practical things what you have said. And I want to add few things on my next question, like intersection of Ambedkarite thought and digital transformation, how we together building an inclusive society. See, we read many stories about Ambedkar. He was discriminated. He was not allowed into the classroom because he belonged to a specific community, etc. But if you look at the digital classroom now, there is absolutely no discrimination. See, now we used to go to government offices and there used to be person to person discrimination. Now you have online tools, the technology which cannot discriminate person by person. It will give services to everyone equally. So in that way, in fact, we can use. That's why the Prime Minister, when he initiated Digital India flagship program, the tagline is power to empower. So if our citizens can start learning these digital tools effectively and start using for their mundane tasks, start using for government services that are available online, I think certainly these digital technologies would be useful as a channel to minimize the discrimination and minimize these inequalities. Madam, in fact, we are waiting for Professor Y. Ashok Kumar from Acharya Nagarjuna University, but I'll directly go to our next question directly to you. Social justice is not only legal or political, but social and cultural. Madam, from your perspective, how can digital platforms empower communities at the grassroots level, especially women, tribal, and marginalized groups? Because you did a lot of field work from your practical experience. Can you give some light on these things? It's not just about a legal or political, it's all about social and cultural. So, from your perspective, how can digital platforms empower communities at grassroots level?
Yes. So you see, digital technology. Just a minute, Professor.
No problem. Yeah.
Just a minute. Yeah, Sana. Just a minute. I'm so sorry I'm into this.
Yeah, understand. No problem. Yeah, we will come to you. You check your specific questions. We will come to your fourth question and fifth question. Madam is showing the light on the point that how can digital platforms empower communities at the grassroots level. Thinking social justice is not just limited to legal and political, but also social and cultural. Madam, please proceed.
Yeah. So now even, farmers can check the weather online. They can check the weather online and do their sowing and their reaping and their other farming activities accordingly. So they are having access to satellite images, to weather reports. They are more well prepared when natural disasters are going to strike. So this is with regard to farmers. With regard to the sector of agriculture, with regard to education, students are able to even take online courses from Harvard University, sitting in sitting in their own and in their communities. So starting from having access to small teaching materials or learning materials from the kindergarten classes right up to education in the university level. I think all students have the opportunity to access educational resources, online educational resources. We've also seen that many of the research articles are now becoming open access. So, it is no longer, being, people are doing away with, journals are doing away with paid access, and they are having open publications and you get reviews from all over the world. So, but on the other side, for grassroots communities and for rural communities to have digital access, we also need to ensure that your fiber optic lines are laid, and we have better accessibility in rural communities. We are yet to reach there. We have not yet reached there, but as far as we can see this transformation that is happening in rural areas, in communities, among people of marginalized groups, and among economically not so well off sections. We are seeing that digital technology is helping them to elevate their situations.
Yeah, thank you so much, madam. Now we'll move on to Professor Y. Ashok Kumar Garu, professor from Acharya Nagarjuna University. Sir, education was central to Dr. Ambedkar's vision. We all know that. He emphasized not just education, but providing quality education. With the rise of digital education platforms, how can we ensure equitable access for marginalized communities without deepening the digital divide? Madam just rightly pointed out, yes, there is digital divide. But when it comes to education, so how we can ensure equitable access for marginalized communities, whatever digital education platforms we are talking about now. Sir, can you speak on these lines?
Thank you, Stephen James, sir. It's a great time that you're organizing this program in a grand manner. First of its kind, little bit of technicalities that were involved. That's why I happened to run here and there because of net problem and some other problem. And really nice to see Professor Sashminak, madam, and Chair Professor, as well as Chairperson of Sagatman. It's a great time to look to you and other Ambedkarites and scholars joined in this program. And truly, when we talk about the digitalization, that it has contributed a lot in the lives of the marginalized sections. And Ambedkar has said that you said about the qualitative education, as well as he believed that education is a moment, and definitely it is a process. It goes forever. Either it is a digitalization or something else. Definitely, it has a crucial role, and particularly the Dalit communities. Of course, Dr. Baba Ambedkar has become the hero, lowering overall others of the social activists, but of the world at large. Ambedkar was an alert, and a live thinker. Okay, generally, when we talk about the education as a perspective, definitely it contributed a lot, but digitalization played a crucial role in transformation in the lives of the people. And the government has introduced that digital transaction, digital everything. Today, in a monetary sense, also we happen to see that there is a lot of transformation, right? And definitely, use of mobiles is a greatest factor that we happen to see in the present scenario. And this digitalization has a great move in every aspect, in every both the technical and non-technical aspect also we happen to see, but definitely it has richly contributed to promotion of the society to a bigger height. Overall, definitely, what I call the marginalized section are much benefited through this digital literacy, as well as use of this new technologies that are prevailing in the present scenario. And today, everything, no one, there's no money transaction at all. Everything has been done through the mobiles, and that's we happen to see. This is a greatest reformation in the country like India, developing country like India. There's a lot of transformation, and there is a lot of change in the lives of the people. So what I truly believe that education on one side and literacy on the one side, digitalization is on the other side, actually contributed to transforming the lives of the people. And we talk about, right, there were a good number of changes that took place, social, economic, and political factors also had contributed to promotion of, promotion the life of the people, marginalized section, particularly when we're talking about the Guntur, there's a marginalized section there. They live in the margins. So today we happen to see laptops in the hands of what are called tabs in the hands of children from the minorities and weaker sections. There is a great transformation. What in toto, I believe that definitely the accessibility is a must now. Digital access is a must, and definitely it is a need of the hour. Definitely, this literacy is the most important thing, and definitely it provides for promotion of the sections, all sections of the society. And definitely the state government is contributing a lot, central government is contributing a lot, and tax have been given for the children and school children. Of course, sometimes children may misuse by playing games or something else, but definitely it is a total transformation. Even school children, college going boys from the minority and weaker sections, even though they're using this, they're playing in the games, online games and all the things, and definitely interacting with international personalities that also we happen to see in the present day. So all these are something like a lot of transformations that really brought real change in the children, in the adults, in the communities, in the marginalized sections of the society. So definitely it is a great change. And
yeah, thank you, Ashok Kumar Gare. Adding to your point, recently our chair has taken up a project, an AI empowered digital platform for marginalized communities, how to uplift them. We actually experimented in few villages, 5 villages in Pendurthi Mandal in Visakhapatnam district, and we have seen the transformative approach using these digital platforms, because now people, this generation likes gaming more than games, right? They always with the mobiles. So we experimented a kind of project where they can learn by playing. They can do some mathematics while doing some fun games. So it has been approved through our project that it is very, very effective, especially during the vacation time and the free time. Children and the students, they love to use this particular application, what we prepared and implemented in the villages. So now I move on to Sasmi Naik, madam. Madam, given your background in social sciences, what safeguards are needed to prevent technology from reproducing the same hierarchy, unfortunate hierarchy and exclusions that exist offline? Hope you got my point, madam. What are the hierarchies, what are the exclusions that are existing in offline? How can we prevent technology reproducing the same kind of hierarchy and exclusions again? What measures should we should take to prevent the things, the hierarchies and the exclusions that exist offline? Madam.
Okay. So this hierarchy that we have, this hierarchy basically stems from identity. Now, when we are talking about identity, there are certain laws that we are governed by. And you must be knowing about the DPDP Act, the Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023, and then the rules that came about in 2025, in which you have to take consent of the person before you can even share, data protection, and even importing the data and all these things. So taking consent of the participants for the use of their data is number one. Number two, you also have to look into issues of cyberbullying and harassment, it can be it is very difficult to discriminate digitally, very difficult to do it unless it is done based on your identity using some algorithms. It's extremely difficult. But what you can do digitally is you can spread misinformation, you can spread fake news about certain communities. So there is the line between free speech and hate speech seems to blur on the digital platform. So this is again a matter of deep concern, and I'm sure policymakers are also taking a number of steps to take care of this, where hate speech and free speech people can discern it. So there are a lot of courses, online courses now. Even Google has started one on how to recognize misinformation, online misinformation. So this is extremely important as part of digital literacy. We cannot control the entire digital world. As individuals or even as small institutions, we cannot do that. But what we can do is we can educate ourselves to discern between what is fake and what is real, what is misinformation, what is correct information, what should be considered as free and what should be not allowed online. So it comes down to accountability of platforms that give space to such kind of views to be expressed. So yes, legally there are safeguards, and of course when the government makes policy, it since it is for the first time, probably some people also cry foul that their freedom of expression has been violated. But I guess we learn through making mistakes, and as we fine-tune technology, we will also be able to fine-tune policy that will avoid opportunities for online bullying, online discrimination, and other injustices.
So, madam, you are trying to say that digital discrimination is not possible, or somewhat not that much as in
offline? It is possible. It is definitely possible, but the scope is a little less.
No, we see. I want Ashok Gar also to throw his light on this. See, now we see in some videos, if some particular community people keeps, they are viewed in one line. If the same kind of intensity by the marginalized communities, they are treated as somewhat differently. Is it not discrimination online? Even on the digital platforms, my concern here is, how can we prevent this kind of hierarchy and exclusions that exists offline? How can we prevent, at least when it comes to online and digital platforms, how can we find that equality? Ashok Garu, can I ask you this? Can digital literacy be framed as a new fundamental right in line with Ambedkar's advocacy for social empowerment? Sorry, now I hope my point. Can we demand that digital literacy be framed as a new fundamental right in line with Ambedkar's advocacy?
Actually, it is an emerging trends that we happen to talk about. Definitely fundamental rights, and definitely very many new concepts are introduced very often in management, in economics,
Yes.
in every subject. And we talk about the Dalit literacy, promotion of something else, and definitely if you go on adding as a fundamental right, definitely it is a need of the hour. There's nothing like a requirement for us to make as a fundamental right, but definitely it is the need of the hour, right? When there is a I think inventions also we happen to see, right? When inventions, necessity that makes us to go for some sort of inventions. There should not be anything, something like a legal obligation on the part of something else that definitely this has to be followed, that has to be followed. Instead of that, definitely it is a path. Digital literacy is a path. Definitely, it is a need of the hour. I think there is no requirement of any constitutional boundaries or legal boundaries, and strictly we should adhere. This might be a new phenomenon, but in due course of time, this phenomenon may change. New things may come up, new studies may come up. And if you go on adding to the constitution as a fundamental right, yeah, definitely it is not this thing feasible thing, but still, it has been introduced as a subject, not a legal obligation, and says that institution and organization should follow. This literacy should be there, otherwise you will be thrown out like that. We cannot say like that. So that's what I feel. I cannot make it as a fundamental right, but it is a need of the hour, definitely.
I understand. When we talk about new fundamental right, it doesn't mean that we need to introduce again a new fundamental right. But what are all that are available as a fundamental right? For example, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech continues even on the online freedom of speech, not
Yeah.
just offline. Susmita, madam, would you agree with that?
No, I think the digital platform is just a medium. You cannot make it, when we say freedom of speech or right to expression, that is more conceptual. This is more. This is just a medium of communication, and yes, everyone has a right to communicate, and we can do that digitally. We can also do it non-digitally. So if you are not given TV time, or you are not given digital time, you can always go down to the street and take out your yatras. So that is what so many people seem to do. So yes, it is. You can say it is. It can become a basic need in the future. Definitely. You can count it as one of the basic needs, and a right to a basic need would be a right to digital technology. But of course not, as Professor Ashok says, I don't think there will be any legal steps to make it a fundamental right.
Of course, fundamental rights remain fundamental rights, though online or offline, right? Do you agree with that? Fundamental rights
So
remains
this will come under the fundamental right to speech.
Certainly, but it's so easy to speak online when you are not at offline. So sometimes we might miss the boundaries also. So we need to be very cautious because there are many cyber laws available. So one cannot abuse this freedom. We always believe real freedom is freedom with responsibility. Real freedom is freedom with boundaries. So students, please make a note of it. So we have our fundamental rights intact, but when it comes to digital platforms also, we need to maintain the same decorum and decency when we use our own right. Thank you so much, Sasmi Naik, madam. Thank you so much, Professor Y. Ashok Kumar. I have final question. In fact, I request both the panelists to be very, very brief, maybe in a 1 minute answer what I expect, because now we are getting into cross-cutting interdisciplinary questions, right? Just a thought over these questions. And we start with, madam, how can interdisciplinary collaboration between technologies, social scientists, policymakers create stronger digital pathways for social justice? I think you have already covered it. How can you conclude into a single statement?
I would say that together we should ensure that we do not give opportunities for any form of injustice to be promoted digitally, online.
Great. Professor Ashok,
Yes, sir.
and Dr. Ambedkar envisioned democracy as a way of life. How can digital technologies deepen democratic participation and civic engagement, particularly for marginalized voices?
Yeah, right. So actually, when we talk about digital literacy, there's a talk about the concept of transparency, right? And with the marginalized sections also, or they want to have the transparent factor, right? Through that, this digital literacy also promotes them to have a better transparency, and definitely accountability is also possible through this digital literature. Today, if you are using with the we are using in different transactions that we happen to Google Pay or some other pay or something else. Everything is recorded. Everything is a recorded factor. It is a transparent factor.
Thank you, madam. With the rise of AI and big data, there are ethical risks of surveillance and bias. How can Ambedkar principles guide us in designing ethical, people-centric technologies, not just technologies? It must be ethical, people-centric technologies.
I think we should advocate and we should promote accountability of digital platforms. Accountability in terms of data protection, data sharing, and also accountability in terms of limiting freedom. As you said, every freedom has boundaries. So those limitations need to be more defined.
Correct. Ashok sir.
Yes, sir.
Can digital platforms be leveraged to strengthen movements and fraternity in the same transformative way Ambedkar used to print media and law? Nyuk Naik, we all know the first newspaper what Ambedkar started as an editor of. And can digital platforms be leveraged to strengthen this movement?
100%. So the digital literacy definitely contributes to a greater height. We talk about the YouTube had a tremendous influence. Print and electronic media had a tremendous influence upon the public because, and also there are both positive as well as the negative side of it. Yesterday I was talking. Nirmala Sitharaman was talking about saying something right regarding the enhancement of your by paying 22,000. It is a fake thing. Artificial intelligence also leading. I just have registered myself accidentally. When I spoke to my wife, she said that it is a fake. Then immediately I went into that and I questioned it. Wow, what is this? Yes, it is a fake thing. So that's why people are misled sometimes. This platform also mislead people and finally throw them into wrong path. That's also another important aspect. But definitely it plays a crucial role. It reaches to the nook and corner of the country at the grassroots level. It works at the grassroots level. Today, everyone with a screen. So definitely it contributes a lot for promotion of weaker section and marginalized section.
Yeah. For anything, students, you should understand, I think more than 100 people joined online in interactive session, but I believe even thousands of people will view these particular thoughts. So I want to tell you this thing, any good thing or anything in this world can be used for good or bad. It all depends on how we use it. So technology, someone asked me, technology can be used for the good. It can be
100%.
used for destruction also. So
That's
I
right.
the students, please use the technology. And I personally believe now the digital platforms must be leveraged to strengthen the movement of Ambedkar's principles of equality and fraternity. Because during those days, Ambedkar thought media is the key component to disseminate, to promote his ideologies. So unfortunately, during his days, there was no internet. There were no such kind of technologies. I certainly believe had these technologies be available, he would have started a YouTube channel. He would have started a Instagram page. He would have used LinkedIn and the Twitter so extensively to promote the ideologies. So we must dedicate ourselves. I believe these platforms must be used more and more for the purpose of promoting equality and fraternity in the young generation. I have a final question actually. Madam, what role can universities, especially in specific Ambedkar childs, play in producing knowledge and solutions that bridge the gap between technologies and social justice?
Okay. So technology should bridge the gap between the haves and the have-nots.
Mm.
In all, in not only in the field of education, but in other fields also. So if I have to come to the field of education, we all know that Ambedkar was a champion of education and a champion of higher education. Let me be very clear.
Correct.
Ambedkar was not someone who was promoting adult education.
Correct.
Ambedkar was promoting higher education because he said that those who do not have access to education should go for higher education and should occupy spaces in government bodies and in other neutral institutions so that they can take care of their less fortunate brothers and sisters. So this is why you also have the Indian civil services in the Constitution of India, and you have reservations in the Indian civil services and in other services also.
Correct.
So let us take the call of Ambedkar to educate, agitate, and liberate. Let me tell you, the rational mind will liberate you, not anything else. So education for the creation, not anything else. So education for the creation of a rational mind and for the liberation of your own self and your brothers and sisters. So I'm sure digital platform will help us to do this. The resources, the access, the opportunity to interact among ourselves and to learn is immense. So I'm very, very thankful to this new technological innovation. It is going to help our communities to come up in a very big way and to transform society in the future.
Wonderful, excellent. Thank God for this technology. Because, organizing a collaborative event, joining three chairs together on an interdisciplinary thought is just a dream without this technology. Now, finally, I get into a final question, a hypothetical question. If Dr. Ambedkar were alive today, what digital tools or platforms do you think he would champion as instruments for social justice? Would he start a YouTube channel, Professor Ashok?
Actually, it's a little bit of tough time to answer this question. Ambedkar was alive at this era. Definitely, he might be using a new or to call a platform to reach the people in a greater height, rather than that is not confining to particular areas, but also can reach to the whole world through these digital technologies. Definitely, any person, right? Definitely, who is in this era, 100% they will utilize this technologies. Today, you are sitting at Vizag, Madam at Odisha, and Ashok Kumar at Guntur. But today, we are united together because of this technological factor. And also, all our student fraternity scholars have joined and finally joined in this meet because of this technological factor. And definitely, any person who is a great personality contributions might be there, but definitely they use this platform to guide. That's what I feel from my side. Even Baba Sahib
Thank you.
can be
Thank you,
better used.
Your thought, what would Dr. Ambedkar would do? Is he alive today? If he were alive today, how would he use these digital tools for promoting social justice?
Are you asking me?
Yes. Yes, your just final thoughts.
I think he would use all the tools. Knowing Dr. Ambedkar, he would use all the tools to express his opinion. He would be able to garner support online for his movement. And I think he would have been a more successful politician than he ever was. So I think looking at Dr. Ambedkar's scientific outlook, he would have definitely adopted all digital platforms available for his purpose.
Great, madam. Final question.
Transforming society. He would do that.
What is that one actionable step of you recommends for realizing Ambedkar's vision through digital technology in the next decade? Just what is the one action step? You want to conduct these online sessions more than 4 hours. What kind of step you want to do?
I think all the students should get online and read the complete works of Baba Saheb Ambedkar, which are hosted by the Ministry of External Affairs. Most of us do not read Ambedkar, so it is high time that we got acquainted with Baba Saheb's ideas, with his method of thinking, and with all the advice that he gives to future generations. So we should get online and read the complete works of Baba Saheb Ambedkar, which are an online resource. It is there in English, and it is accessible to all.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Professor Ashok. Your final thought, just for a minute.
Indeed, right. I'm highly thankful to all the chair professors and making this program to a bigger height, inviting all the student and scholar fraternity to here. It's really, I feel really proud, really, of this thing, and it will make much more better presentations in coming days. Right,
yes.
Because of technological other things are there, technical errors are there.
Yes.
Do not concentrate more on it. Definitely, will make it in a better manner in coming days, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, students. I don't want to prolong this weekend holiday for you to more time, but I must really appreciate every one of you who joined online. And I'm so surprised. I'm just thinking, if I were in your place, what would I do on a holiday evening, right? But as Asmi Naik ma'am advised all of you, please get on to the online resources and get inspired by the writings and the works of Dr. Ambedkar, who is famously known as Baba Saheb, the respected father of this country. And certainly we would plan more online sessions, and I request all of you, because we have your details with us, certainly we will send you emails or WhatsApp messages online to whenever we announce this kind of programs. Please register and join. Certainly we will not bore you. We will come up with more interesting topics and more good presentations. So I thank all of you. Thank you very much. And ma'am, actually, I should thank both the panelists, because I informed just a day ago and we planned in such a short time, but you are so kind to invitations, and you accepted it, and you made our day a blessed day for our students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Both Professor Ashok and Professor James.
Madam, namaskar.
Yeah, students అందరికీ thank you very much. చాలా చక్కగా మీరు సెలవు రోజు మీలో ఎక్కువ మంది జాయిన్ అయ్యారు, మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఇంకా ఎక్కువ మంది జాయిన్ అవ్వలేదు, బట్ స్టిల్ యూట్యూబ్ లో ఈ వీడియో ఉంటది. దిస్ డిస్కషన్ ఇస్ ఆన్ యూట్యూబ్. ప్లీజ్ షేర్ టు యువర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ and please watch it again. Certainly మేము ఇంకా మంచి programs, we come up with much better discussions and the questions that are more rational and logical and so on. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you all.